guys, welcome back to the next part in the Build a Spotify App in Swift series. Let's get started by destroying the like button down below. And in this video, we're specifically going to be building out the launch screen for the app, as well as adding an app icon. So what I went ahead and did is I grabbed a Spotify icon right from Google Images, nothing too fancy. The first thing we're going to do is let me rename this to be logo. And I have a tool called Asset Catalog Creator. It's a paid tool from the Mac App Store. Video not sponsored or anything. I just really like it. You can drag in the image that you have. I already dragged it in here, and you can generate different app icon sizes from it. There is also a free way to do this if you just Google, app icon generator. But let's go ahead and select iOS app icon, and I'm going to go ahead and just hit create there. And you'll see it went ahead and created a folder called assets. We can go ahead and close that now and open up our Xcode project. Make sure you open up the workspace. We're going to jump into our XC assets, which I think we moved under resources here. We're going to jump into our assets here. We're going to delete the app icon. And if we open up this folder that tool created, you'll see we have an app icon image set. So we'll drag that in. I also am going to right click and create a new image set and call it logo. And let's go ahead and drag in this logo here. And now that we've done that, we can go and add this logo to our launch screen.storyboard. So let's jump into, I believe we put it under views. We're going to go to our launch screen.storyboard. And we're simply going to hit the plus at the top right here, grab a image view and drop it on in. Now we are going to open the attribute inspector, and in the attribute inspector, we're going to change the image for the image view to our logo that we brought in. You'll see it'll add it just like that. Now we need to add some constraints to it. So we're first going to hit this and say horizontally and vertically in container. Check both of those boxes and add those constraints. And then we are also going to add a width and a height constraint, which are both constants of, let's say, 200. And we finally want to change the background color of our view. So just go ahead and select it. And I'm going to come up here and hit, there should be a way to add a custom one. So we are going to hit at the bottom here, actually. We'll go ahead and hit custom. And once you hit custom, it'll give you, these options. So we want to basically find a nice dark gray color. So if you start toning that down, let me go ahead and let's see if we can find it here. All right, so let's try on this color. I'm just going to play with it until we find a color that looks like what we want it to look like. So let's see. So that's definitely not right. We want it to be a gray color. So let's go ahead and I think there's a grayscale somewhere in here. It's a grayscale slider. So let's go ahead and find a color that's nice and dark gray. I guess something like that. Not exactly perfect, but we'll stick with it for the sake of time. And now go ahead and give your app a run and you will see, let me get rid of my antivirus pop-up. You will see that you now have an app icon along with a nice launch image, just like that. And we'll come back into our app. This way you'll also know, once the app is launched and if you're just sitting there and kind of waiting for something or your simulator has froze. The other thing that I want to do, even though it's not really app icon related, is if you recall in our managers under auth manager, we have a function that's called refresh if needed to refresh the token. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is first we're going to make the completion handler in here optional, so we can drop the at escaping, and you'll see why we're going to make it optional in just a moment here. And we're going to make this guy optional, and this means every single time that we go ahead and call this completion, we're going to have to put a question mark in front of it because it might be nil at that point. Let's see. We also have to do it at the bottom here. Let's add a question mark to make that optional. Same thing with this one here, and this one here. So the reason we made it optional is because the other thing I want to add is instead of waiting for an API call to go and refresh the token, in our app delegate, what we're going to say is, if the user is signed in, let's already start refreshing the token if needed. But we don't want a completion handler for it. So we can say now auth manager shared, and we can say refresh if needed, and the completion is nil. That way, as soon as our app launches, it'll start refreshing the token if needed. Which makes sense, right? So we'll have a valid token right from the beginning in case we do need it. So if we go ahead and give that a run there, let's see. I believe we have some errors in here. It appears. Let's go ahead and hit this icon to filter it out to errors. So this one is yelling at us because we put a question mark in the wrong place. It's totally my fault. And let's hit Command B. Let's see what else we have to deal with. Looks like that was the only one. Let's go ahead and hit Command R, or that run button at the top left, to build and run. And we are in business. Now let's also clean up the navigation tint of the navigation controller here. The tint color controls the fact that this back button and bar button item is blue. We want it to be either black or white based on light mode or dark mode. So we're setting up all of that stuff in our tab bar controller, which is under controllers, core, and there it is. So in here, we want to supply a navigation tint. So we want to, I believe, do that on the actual nav controller itself. So I am going to say nav1. And let's see, I don't think it's off of this directly. It's off of the actual navigation bar. So I'm going to say navigation bar. And we're going to go ahead and say the tint color here is going to be label. So label in dark mode is white, and label in light mode is black. So by doing that, all of the controllers should have proper tint colors. We're going to do that for nav 1, 2, and 3. Go ahead and give it a run, and let's see if that actually fixed it. It in fact did. Looking good. Awesome, so looking great. So in the next video, I think what we'll start doing is we're going to start building out the browse functionality, which is this home tab, and we're going to hook up the APIs, the actual album artwork, all that good stuff. I'm pretty excited for search. I don't know why. I just find it cool that you can search millions of songs, and then we'll end up in many videos adding here our custom playlist and artists. We can create playlists and add things to them in our library. So get pumped for that. Hit the like button if you haven't done so already. Subscribe to the channel. Comment anything down below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next part.